Welcome into the Ringerverse. This is, of course, the Ringers Nexus podcast feed for all things fandom. We are Steve, the architect, Ahlman, the builder and taker of things, Jomi, the algorithm, Adeniran. You've got questions, he's got ways to manipulate you. Old Man Van, he of the receding resurgent hairline, Coke, Baby Chuck, the 24-karat closer. Together we are known as the Midnight Boys. We'll be right back after this. Okay, so follow us on socials. That's at the Midnight Boys Pod on Insta and TikTok. At Ringerverse on Insta, Twitter, Facebook, and TikTok. Jomi?
You're wearing glasses now?
I've been wearing reading glasses.
Oh, man, it's really over for you, isn't it?
It's tough.
It's bringing a different vibe to the show, I'm not going to lie.
Wow.
Hold on. Do you want to see the font on my, look at the font on my shit. Look at the font.
The font?
Oh, no.
Oh,
man.
it's over. It's so over.
Damn.
Bro, you
That's
can
a
reach that
2X
from all the
size
way.
now. It's only going to get bigger.
Damn.
That's some old man Van shit.
It's really cooked,
By the
ain't
way,
it?
it's only happened in this last year. It's only happened in this last year. I need the reading glasses. I need to make the font bigger.
You fall off is crazy. You know, it didn't fall off. LeBron James.
Who? LeBron?
What's up?
He doesn't need the reading glasses because he doesn't actually read the books that he says that he reads.
He just sits on that Peloton.
Right. So
the first
for
page
me,
of
if all the pages in this bitch was blank, then I can act like I was reading the autobiography of Malcolm X.
In the Midnight Boys document, would you like us to start increasing the font size for you?
You know, I have to be honest with you. I feel like this is disrespectful to a degree because what I'm trying to do is continue to make sure that I can perform at the highest level.
What we should do is just
and
make
you
it
guys
smaller
getting
a little bit each time.
Yeah.
Each time. Don't tell them.
Just a little
Little
small.
tiny smaller each time.
Bitch, I got the 2.5s right here. You can make it as small as you
2.5?
want. These
I
are
don't
the
know, man. They look
2.5.
bigger like 2.5. So
No,
I
these are
bet
the 2.5 magnifiers.
if he went outside, I'm sure you could see Saturn.
Hey,
with
I'm
those.
46 years old. The reality is it happens, all right? First of all, bitch, you old too.
Yeah, I am.
Okay, so don't
I am.
so-
I'm sneaky old.
Steve,
I'm sneaky old.
Sneaky, what are you, 36, 37?
36.
When you turn 37?
Next year. I just turned 36.
And you getting up to 30. By the way, once everybody on the pod is 30, when do you turn 30?
In July.
Oh, shit.
You're 30 this year?
Yeah.
Oh,
my
it's up.
dick.
It is
Like,
up.
once everybody is 30,
It's over.
it's my time.
Okay, oh, right.
30 is not old, by the way.
No.
It's
Anything
not.
on socials before we move on?
I mean, you know, there was a clip that went around. Bomani Jones did Ethan Strauss's podcast, and they were arguing about. There's conversations about like social producer's role.
Oh, I
right.
saw that. Bo went nuts. Bo,
He went
shout out
nuts.
to Bo.
Bo money.
By the way, David Dennis from ESPN, very talented guys right here, just
Right.
observing the podcast. If we say anything culturally wrong, David's going to get on our ass.
Okay.
But shout out to Bo. Bo went nuts.
He
You don't
went
really see
in.
him like that much.
Now he went in, and here's the thing: he's absolutely correct.
Man of the people.
Right? Rage is what fuels the industry, making people upset, people getting in the comments, people sharing the video, being about how mad it is. That is what gets people going. And sometimes, like some social producers, you know, like that's what they live for. The numbers, the engagement, doesn't really matter how you get it, right? At the end of the day, guys, I just want to make it right here. That's not what we're doing over here.
All right.
We're
stop
cultivating
fucking lying. Stop
positivity.
fucking lying.
Okay.
That's not what we do it over here, guys.
All right, Jomi.
It's all love.
Jomi, you need to
I
rage
would
bait
never
more.
put y'all in a position where they're yelling at y'all
All right.
online like that.
The amount of times you've thrown us to the wolves, like,
Well, I will say this, though. Jomi does it to himself sometimes because
yeah.
That's true.
the Barry Gordy thing.
Yeah.
To electively put that on the internet.
But I knew that it was a clip when you guys first
No, yeah.
didn't know who Barry Gordy was. By the way, y'all still people. Do y'all see Jermaine Dupri?
bro.
Jermaine Dupri. the
Jermaine
shit.
Dupri.
Shout out to
Jermaine
Jermaine
Dupri
Dupri.
jumped in?
Yeah,
Really?
Jermaine Dupri, just recently.
Berries
Jermaine
and
Dupri.
cream?
I have the.
Like
I
Jermaine
took a
Dupri.
screenshot
God
of it
damn.
this morning. I was gonna send it to my parents. Like, look, man, look, Jermaine Dupri.
Don't,
Wait, your parents?
They don't know who Jermaine Dupri
wait a
is.
second. That's a diss. You can't do it.
What?
Berries and cream? That's from the Super Bowl.
You can't hit. Hold on. Steve, you're not allowed to do that to Jermaine Dupri.
Everybody
bro.
was memeing him like
But
that.
you
That was so funny.
Man, shout
I'm
out
gonna
to my
let love
nigga
berries
JD.
and
That's my
cream.
guy. You
Oh,
can't do
man.
that to him, bro. Like Charles Moore, one of the
Oh, man.
one of the
Berries and cream
funniest
is
guys on
crazy.
Twitter. Y'all remember when JD wore the outfit?
At the Super Bowl.
At the Super Bowl, JD wore the outfit.
Yeah.
And Charles was like, he looked like the guy from the Berries and Cream Skittles commercial.
Yeah.
I remember.
You can't do that, bro.
Why not?
You that Steve, you gotta.
It was a wild get up.
You
Come
can't
on,
do
man.
that to JD. You can't do that to JD.
Looking like a
All right, we're on YouTube.
pilgrim.
Like, comment, subscribe, share.
Come on, man.
You can watch every minute. Okay, now see when they start busting your ass.
all right,
No, because this is what y'all do.
fine.
This is what y'all do. What y'all do is y'all do stuff like this, and then when they get on your ass, y'all like, oh my God, I can't. But see, when all of Atlanta start busting your ass, don't take a drink. When all of Atlanta start busting your ass, I'm not going to.
So, all right, I want to bring this up. Is Steve getting too comfortable?
Great question.
Wow.
Great question. Do you think that Steve is getting too comfortable?
I think now that Jomi has started feeling himself, Hollywood Jome, and a
Right.
lot of the heat has been going that way,
Mhm.
Steve is just like,
Let's
shit.
Might as well. Like they'll focus on Jomi. I'm gonna get it off. Okay.
Because here's the thing, Jomi got the brunt of the Barry Gordy shit.
When really it was Steve.
I'm really good at like
When
Tai
really
Chi my
it was
way out of
Because
this.
we didn't.
Hold on. You telling me as a white man, you're really good at placing
Ducking
the blame
accountability?
on
Yeah.
black people? That's your birthright, nigga.
Yeah.
So really in that whole thing, it was really Steve.
But we didn't expect anything from Steve because
No,
he's white.
yeah,
Right.
yeah. The bar is
So
in hell for
Jomi
me.
had to take the brunt of the L. So I'm just saying, I've noticed Steve. I'm keeping my eye out. You getting a
Keep
little
my eyes
comfortable.
I'm
Get a
only
little
doing what you
comfortable.
told me. Pod less scared.
Oh, that's what the
Don't
okay.
don't pod scared.
Okay, fuck these niggas. Tell them, say fuck. Look at it. Where's Steve camera?
I'm not saying it. I'm
And
not
say,
saying it
fuck
on camera.
these
I'm not.
niggas.
No. Nope.
Say fuck
don't
Atlanta.
say it on camera.
Say, hold on. Say, hey, look at the camera right now, Steve. Look at the camera right now and
no.
say, hey, JD, man,
No.
fuck you. Fuck Criss Cross. You robbed us.
Very supreme.
JD did not rob Criss Cross, by the way. That's so y'all so
Why would
funny.
you bring that up?
Because he went on there and he had to talk to people about the fact that he talked about the fact. Now, this is what I will say.
Oh.
He did. He was on there like, hey, man, you know, Criss Cross sold 2 million copies. I got $1 million. Like I owned all of their shit. It did feel kind of fucked up. But people don't know the music business and how everything that JD did for Criss Cross and how, all the ways Criss Cross made money that JD could not access and all that stuff. So he did a little music industry breakdown. I would like for guys to do that more because sometimes there is a notion that people are taking advantage of and all of that stuff when maybe they weren't. I don't know. Charles doesn't believe it. Charles thinks.
I'm never, the mogul can get on TikTok or Instagram or whatever. I'm always like, damn,
With
I'm
the
not
artists.
letting you do the accounting.
Yeah. So, fine. We're on YouTube. Like, comment, subscribe, share. You can watch every Midnight Boys House of Our episode on youtube.com/@Ringerverse and also here on Spotify. Program reminders. On Wednesday, the Midnight Boys will return with their thoughts on the penultimate episode of The Boys' final season, which seems to have people talking or like just a lot of conversation around The Boys. On Friday, the House of R revisits The Dark Knight. That's a movie.
Little known film.
That's a movie. Today, the Midnight Boys react to The Punisher One Last Kill and Mortal Kombat 2. So we got two for you guys. We got The Punisher One Last Kill and Mortal Kombat 2. So which one are we going to start with?
Punisher.
Start with The Punisher One Last Kill. We have to spoil everything from the Punisher's run in the comic books. We're also going to spoil the Punisher as an entity played by John Bernthal on the Netflix show.
What
Daredevil
about
stuff.
Thomas Jane.
Dolph
Anything
Lundgren, Punisher.
Warzone.
Dolph Lundgren. Written by Boaz Yakin, by the way. Boaz wrote that. We're going to spoil it all. Steve, give me a spoiler warning. We're getting ready to talk about Punisher. You're listening to a reaction podcast. The spoilers are coming. All right, to begin our reactions, we once again bring you the Midnight Manifest, talking about all the need to know. Chuck, Midnight Manifest.
All right, this is your Midnight Manifest for The Punisher One Last Kill, directed by Ronaldo Marcus Green, written by John Bernthal and Green. Little Sicily is in disarray after the death of the Nucci family. Frank Castle is isolated and alone. As the city devolves into chaos, he's having hallucinations of his old Marine squad and deceased family. Inevitably, Castle is backed into a corner when Ma Nucci comes knocking on his door for revenge. The matriarch of the Nucci family puts a bounty on his head for killing her husband and son. So Frank Castle has to dig very deep down, realize what makes him the Punisher again, and kill a lot of black and brown people in New York.
Oh, come on, dog.
Okay. What? And that's been your Midnight Manifest.
What?
Unfortunately
The Punisher
accurate.
One Last Kill.
Unfortunately
Come on,
correct.
man. See, dog.
Immediately, the vibes are bad.
Bruh, that's fucked up, bruh.
Nah, he had the Dominican girl giving him the...
Charles,
He
bruh.
was like,
We couldn't even get into that bitch, bro. We already starting the fucking
nah,
shenanigans,
bro.
bro.
I
Nah,
know.
at the end of the movie, they had the old homeless black man.
That's
Be
so
like,
fucking
he killed my dog.
That's so funny.
That's not all he
man.
took from me.
It's
That's
not
not
all.
all he took from me.
By the way, didn't know that he
But
killed that
that
man's
dude
dog.
was white that he killed. Look, it's like,
So it evens out, right?
I'm just saying.
Immediately.
What I'm saying is, think about how it would look if he's in. Where is Little Sicily in New York? Where is it at?
I don't know.
Do we know? Like, think about how it would look if they did a whole movie and he only killed white people. He got to kill a rainbow coalition of people. And they weren't all black and brown. That's not fair.
Yeah. He's
got
got to kill the Captain Planet cast.
That's not. Yeah, he's got to kill all. That way
Yeah.
you can say that all got killed. We don't want like Trump.
Little
called-
Sicily in New York typically refers to the historic, predominantly Sicilian neighborhood of East Harlem in
East
Manhattan.
Harlem.
East
That's tough.
Harlem.
That's tough.
That's
That's
tough.
tough.
All right.
We getting
Well,
tough again.
That's tough.
We getting tough again. All right. I just want to say, starting off, I really enjoyed this. I loved it. At points, it was hard to watch.
Incredibly hard to watch.
At parts, it was hard to watch because you watch Frank Castle go through his PTSD. I'll say a couple of things before I stop. Number one, I think that John Bernthal and his portrayal of the Punisher has to be up there in the pantheon, but with actor comic book portrayals that are linked together. I'm talking on the level of Tony Stark and Iron Man, of Chris Evans and Captain America. I'm talking about on the level of, now y'all can get mad, how Chadwick Boseman embodied Black Panther T'Challa. I personally think that there's never been somebody that has played this particular role as the Punisher.
I don't think that's
Are
crazy.
you
I
saying
don't think that's
Frank
crazy.
Castle is the white incel?
Okay.
Oh my God.
We can't
All right,
even do the
easy.
podcast.
Hey. Hold on.
Like, we can't even do the podcast.
Yeah.
Come on.
First of
Like
all,
Charles, like we can't even. Charles is derailing. We can't even do the pod. Like he's the Black Panther of white. Maybe, maybe.
Wow.
Maybe. But I just thought the beginning of the movie, which put us in his mind, his PTSD. Then when we see, all the carnage he had to lay down, the bodies he had to lay down. By the time we get to his big kill moment at the end, I felt like we got the reclamation of the character. I thought it was a fantastic 48 minutes, very high octane.
Yeah.
I thought it was great.
I was entertained, right? Like at first I was a little bit worried because, it's him basically talking to himself, right? And I was like, I don't know for how long I can do this before he gets to punishing, right? But then it all comes around. We find out like he killed the Nucci family and he's going to end his life because job's done. What else does he have to live for? You see all of Little Sicily just gone completely to hell, and none of that matters, right? All the murder that he did that caused this chaos, the after effects, it doesn't really matter at the end of the day as long as he got the job done, right?
Right.
Then it turns out that actually, no, not only do you still have a purpose with, saving all these people in Little Sicily, but like people need you, right? And I think that while I was a little bit worried how we got there, at the end I was like pretty satisfied about how the story was told.
Yeah, I was very impressed by this. I was really wary of like how short it was going to be and how little it like possibly the titular punishing was. I think that where this succeeds the most is tapping into the psychology of Frank and portraying the world as he sees it and not even exactly the truth of the world, because this doesn't really fit in at all with even Daredevil as what the MCU might look like. Like this is, I was talking to Van about this like just after he finished seeing it. I was like, those schlocky 80s movies of like the year is 2030X and like roving gangs run the streets of Los Angeles. Of
Running
like
Man?
delinquents and like only Judge Dredd can stop them. Like that's what New York looks like. It's the apocalypse outside every single day. There are fires and people with machetes running around constantly. And I like, there's a part in this where I'm like, is this actually happening or is this also in Frank's head?
I was wondering that.
And
Yeah.
is this how he sees the world all the time and just chooses to ignore it for the safety of the world? And that made just the fact that made me think like that. That's what this is supposed to do. I love the fact that Marvel's doing things like this. We need more special presentations like this because I think that's where Marvel Television kind of really succeeds to give us like really good slices of what makes a character sizzle on screen.
I absolutely love this. I also was like, oh, this is evil. There were
Yeah.
there were parts of this where I was like, all right, Bertha. The pen scene with the fucking the pen scene was I was like, all right.
I'm legitimately
we're doing too
terrified
much.
of Bernthal like as a person because to unlock this as an actor in yourself to just do this on screen
Yeah.
is kind of nuts.
There were a couple kills where I was like, all right, man.
So let me ask you guys something. The pen scene, he kills a guy with the pen. Is that doing a John Wick or is it doing a Jason Bourne?
It's got to be Jason Bourne, right?
It's a Jason Bourne because
did
that's
it first.
the like OG. But I would more so credit it to the guy Bourne was fighting rather than Bourne himself, because mainly taking it out of his hand like it was nothing. That to me, that's the thing that sticks out to me.
That tells me all of you credit the nigga who got stabbed other than the nigga that did the stabbing.
Well, it's not like I was rooting for him.
Yeah,
it's more of the fact that like, okay, I'm about this.
Yeah.
What's the better Ben Pencil scene between the Bourne scene, the John Wick scene, and the scene in the Joker?
Dark Knight.
The Dark Knight is the best.
Dark Knight's the best.
Hey, I was like, this nigga is the illest.
Yeah.
I was in the theater. I was like,
one
way the pistol disappear. It's God.
You can
I was like, oh my God.
Bro, you can remember the theater pop like
when
that.
I tell you I was in the theater laughing.
Like
bro.
this guy is you laugh at everything in the theater.
I laughed at a lot of the Dark Knight, which
Yeah.
probably is not great.
That's sick.
So, the movie starts off, Danzig, mother. The energy is palpable.
You know what's happening.
You know what's going on. We about to get busy. White angst, doing fucking bloody pull-ups. His old comrades, his old squad talking to him.
Haunting.
The movie does not try to, it assumes that you know the twisted, fractured world that Frank lives in. It puts you back in that world for a second, and then it shows you how Frank is going to escape all of his distress. And he escapes it not through healing, but through carnage. And that is special to the character of the Punisher.
Yes.
So by the end of this film, I was interested. I'm like, is this one more metaphor for just like the state of the Punisher, where it's called One Last Kill? And before we see almost like the poppy comic book version of this character in Spider-Man Next, John Bernthal, I wouldn't be surprised when they were asking if he would reprise his role. He's like, give me like 15 mil. Just to
like,
do
I gotta get some shit
gritty
off.
to the side. Because it was like by the end of it, I was like, oh, you're the comic book character again?
Yeah.
The fight scenes, the peak of the film to me was honestly just John Bernthal getting to be John Bernthal. He was not wearing the skull. It was almost very much like a video game. They did not give him this big arsenal. He's just picking up fucking guns.
It's like a level of Halo, man. You just picking up all the weapons that are like left on the floor.
He locks his arsenal. He attempts to lock the Punisher away.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
His arsenal, everything. He says, I need help. Then he goes to commune with his passed away family. You see that being who he is actually taking something from his life. Then he is activated by what he has already done. He's activated by someone who wants revenge on him for killing her family, right? So, and then but him being there puts everybody else in danger. I don't know that I've seen too many movies that use carnage as somebody's catharsis, but it makes sense for Castle, and it is just so brutal. The way he is killing everyone, he's in complete control. They are like, he's on fire, like bursting through the door. The movie gets the action sequences and the brutality and the desperation of them 1,000% right.
What's your favorite kill?
My favorite kill is the beginning when he was on fire. He crashes through the door and he gets to him. Some of the kills, even for me, some of the kills were a lot.
I was in the room when Van was watching this and I was doing some other work and I just hear, oh shit,
Like,
every like 3 seconds.
Yeah, like,
No, how he
like
did the
stabbing.
black dude before the pen guy was a lot.
Yeah.
Where I think it
Which
was,
one?
he had like, I think it was like a hatchet or something, or like an axe, and he drags him all across.
Into the store, like
I was
display
like,
thing.
oh,
Yeah, that was bad.
When he was in the house and he had the shotgun and he had just dispatched another guy, and then another dude's head just popped up in front of the shotgun and it cuts to the wall and it just painted with blood.
I like it when he's like discharging the shotgun with the other guy's elbow.
Yeah.
It's like tangling.
Some of that stuff was pretty inventive. By
Yeah.
the way, Disney bitched out.
How so?
Disney's showing all of this carnage, but for some reason on Disney Plus, they still did not want to see a shotgun pop a guy's head like a
Okay, so
and they cut away.
but the thing is, I think the most violent. I'm trying to think of the most violent thing the MCU has ever done, and I think it's in Daredevil when Fisk like breaks that he crushes the dude's skull with his hands.
Well, and then he's also like,
But that's Netflix Daredevil, isn't it?
No, that
which
was
one
Disney
this?
Plus.
That was
Disney
the
Plus.
first season.
Well,
Where
who
at
was
the
that?
end of the season, he's like,
No, he doesn't rip it. He like does that. He,
Oh, I don't remember
like,
this for some of
No, it for sure does it because like I remember seeing that GIF a couple of times. I think that they've had like a million internal meetings of like what they want to show and what kind of violence they want to display. Because like I feel like physical violence or like there's got to be a million meetings because
I know, man. We saw a lot of
still
people
is the
die.
mouse.
We saw a lot of people die. Right
Yeah,
now.
but we didn't see a shotgun blow anybody's heads off. They always pulled away. I was like, interesting. But stabbing gruesomely?
Nuss.
Okay.
Man.
Let me tell you the detail that I enjoy. I enjoy the small things in these movies, and I credit John Wick for a lot of this. The Punisher cycles his weapon. Every time he gets commandeers, he commandeers a new weapon, he checks his load. Right?
Whoa!
Come on, man. Come on. All right, bro.
You didn't step on that, and I'm surprised.
Right, come on, man. Every time he checks his magazine, every time he is
checks his load out.
He's clearing the
checks his magazine.
Clearing his load.
Yep.
Yeah, sometimes you have to. You don't want it to be backed up.
No.
All right, so he checks his load out, gets into it every single time he wants to be sure.
Yeah.
And they're just, when you watch him fight against this wave of thugs that apparently she sent at him, knowing he's one of the baddest fucking killers in the entire goddamn world.
Right.
And she sent basically drill rappers to try to fucking kill the Punisher.
That was my question.
Like, what the fuck is she doing?
This is Manucci. I'm assuming she still has some type of the crime family there.
Yeah.
And I was just like, to your point, I'm just like, dog, you
can't send some train
You
killers.
send in send in some. I was about to say something that we used to say. We can't say it anymore. But but send in some like hella hitter type, like
some henchmen,
Russian contract killer type niggas. But that's not who she sent. She sent legitimately a bunch of people like from the neighborhood.
Well, she put the bounty up, right? And so
she put the bounty up.
I was wondering about that because I was confused. I was like, damn, Frank knows the bounty. She told him what time it was going to be. And he's just waiting there. And then he sees the gasoline coming in. I'm like,
but this is also, okay, this is actually why I still like it, because when she's like talking at him the entire time about like how terrible it was that he killed his family and like, I'm giving you until this time and I'm sending everybody against you. Like, he's like not even really taking any of that in.
No.
He's just looking at her trying to see if she's real.
No, I think he was taking it all in. He was like watching his game tape. He's just like watching his game. He's like, damn, I did get rid of him like that.
To me, the look in Bernthal's eyes is just like he's wandering about the world, wondering what is real and what is tangible to him after this thing that he swore his life to do.
Well,
and now he is leading an aimless existence.
Well, remember, he was gonna kill himself, which is like really like that. Like didn't like totally surprise me, but still, when he's like
tough watch,
I thought he was gonna pull the trigger. I'm like, oh my gosh. And then his daughter is like, hey, Dad, maybe not do that. You got life to live. He walks back. He's still looking for a purpose. He literally does not find it until people go into the door across the hall and the gasoline comes.
That's the most important thing. If they would have started at his door, maybe he allows them to kill him because he's so despondent, right?
Yeah.
They go to the other door. And there are people in the other place that are getting fucked over because of him. At the same time, the gas is pouring through the bottom of his door. So the fuse that comes from the fire that's coming through the gasoline, that's actually his fuse. And then by the time it gets to him and ignites him, legitimately from a story purpose, he blows. Because he cannot bear to see all the stuff that he did get visited on someone else.
Yeah.
So we're watching that. We're like, how really fucked up is he? Is the hero still there? And then he answers the question.
Which is again why I'm like, I feel like this is how Frank sees the world now. Because when he was before that ever happens, again, he's walking through the neighborhood and there are like robberies, layabouts,
all types
fights,
of shit happening.
All types of shit happening. He's just walking right through.
I like that
interpretation. He doesn't do anything.
Yep. I like that interpretation because I was wondering, I'm like, why is this such a heightened version of New York where, to your point, like shit is melting down before all of this is happening? And I'm like, this isn't even the Daredevil New York. This is not the Spider-Man New York. This is the New York that only the Punisher could imagine in his mind.
Yes.
Where everybody's a criminal. All these people are running around. And it's not until, to your point, they bust out the other woman and her child's door that he gets activated. But I also wanted to ask, do people know that they're living across from Frank Castle, the Punisher? Because I'm like, he's on the news. So it's like, if I lived next to the Punisher, I would move.
I would move as well.
I thought you're not gonna snitch.
Oh, I would snitch on the Punisher. If I was living
No,
next-
are you insane?
Come on, man.
That's crazy, man.
That's not the way we do it, bro.
Man, really, man?
So you gonna tell? He killed a bunch of mobsters.
By the
man.
way,
they killed his fucking family. So they killed his family, kill his kids, kill his wife, and then you gonna call Crime Stoppers? You gonna call Crime Stoppers on Punisher?
If I hear John Bernthal down in Bourbon at 3 a.m.
like that all the time.
yelling
That's
in the outfit.
Okay,
Sounds out of his
Time out.
Okay.
Time out. There is a level because he's in there. He's not. Nobody is talking to him.
Yeah, he's screaming at
So
himself in
imagine
his
you
apartment.
walking past your apartment with Bozeman, and every time you gotta like take him down for a walk, come back, you go to your neighbor, and
Yeah,
he's
I'm gonna be
talking
real.
to himself.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be living in that bitch. Fuck that. That was too gangster. Like the little boy did say, "Look, he does
come out of his room.
He does come out of his room.
Where would you rather live in the area of New York in Thunderbolts, where when the Sentry goes crazy,
Hell no.
or would you rather live next to the Punisher?
Would you
I'm
rather
not
live in
living
like
next
downtown, prime New York, where Fantastic Four, Spider-Man, all them be fighting
Boy,
villains?
the
The Avengers
citizens
come
of
down.
New York are some resilient motherfuckers.
And
Yeah.
rent has got to be dirt
No,
cheap.
that's why I love this movie. Because literally, after he goes into the pizza shop or whatever, kills a bunch of motherfuckers, it was crazy. Like everything outside was crazy. They was looting and shit. He walks back out. I just see this motherfucker walking down the street like an extra being like, yeah, just like, dog, there's dead people in the street right now.
And by the way, I know that there's probably a budget shortfall in New York. He kills probably 100 people. The police never arrive.
Never.
Somebody got to come
No,
shoot the bodies up.
there's one ambulance in this entire movie. That's
No,
it.
I remember
Yeah.
one ambulance runs. I was like, that
What are
is
you gonna
New
do?
York.
Well, you got to remember, like when he's walking to the cemetery, a police car comes up and then immediately starts backing up.
They're like, fuck
Right?
this shit.
Yeah, like we're not
not
dealing
fucking
with
with
this.
Wait, but if we go back to when he runs through, he's on fire, he runs through to the other apartment. I will say the almost raid style scene where he is going through, he's going up the stairs.
Yeah,
all
yeah,
that
yeah.
shit was
Cinema.
Single
Great.
best
So good.
action
So good.
sequence, not only in this, but in the MCU in a while.
Yeah.
Very long while.
Like
Yeah.
he is cunning, he is determined,
Yeah.
but he's also making these evaluations in split seconds. He doesn't have his entire arsenal.
Right.
So he's commandeering all of these weapons. These guys are slapdicks, so they're running into fire.
But he's like outnumbered 80-1.
But
So
he's setting traps for them.
When he gets to the ceiling, he like hits the lock, he shuts it, and he's waiting. I'm like,
To
bruh,
get a
funnel
breather
him
and
in.
to,
Yeah.
to get a breather and to
Let him
and
funnel in.
Let him funnel in. I thought the entire thing was amazing except for one part. I am sick of the death of dogs
Yeah.
to make people fucking evil
Evil.
bad characters.
Yeah.
Okay, like I love animals, I love dogs. And like I'm watching a lot of fucking movies where they're putting a lot of fucking dogs in danger.
Yeah.
So they show how bad people are. Kill some people. Leave the dogs alone. Felt very sad for that guy. Yeah, he got his revenge, but he didn't get his fucking pal back.
Yeah.
And that sucks.
Well, I also, in the beginning of the movie, I'm just like, hey, if a white man is just like beating up like a homeless black dude and takes his hat, that is enough for me to be like, hey, Punisher, you should kill him.
Yeah.
The dog part was the moment where I was just like, damn, this guy has nothing to live for. He got punched for no fucking reason.
I was
And
waiting
all-
for
but-
him, man.
Also, why would I felt like they put Bubbles in here for no reason.
Shout out to Andre Royo. That's his name as an actor.
right.
And
Sorry.
for him, it didn't feel like no reason because he cashed a Disney check. So like,
Fair.
you know what
No,
I'm saying?
I thought he was gonna be more of a big character. I was just like, oh shit, he about to like
Right.
give the Punisher like a life lesson. Like we got
Maybe.
They go
I'm
wise
glad-
black Negro, my man, like that,
you,
bro.
you wanted the magical Negro. Like, but
crazy.
I'm glad they didn't have Punisher like raise his daughter and shit like that. A little biracial girl get another shot.
Are you
Big
gonna
Time.
put it in?
I'm not.
Put
I'll
her-
put her on the,
put
put her
another
on the
girl on the
biracial
list?
master
No.
list.
Don't do that.
No, I'm
Don't
not.
do
Because
that.
she's too young. But I thought all of that worked. Before we leave this, the Punisher's going to show up in the next Spider-Man movie.
Right.
This kind of was a check-in with the Punisher almost. We saw him in Daredevil. He was all fucked up. This is kind of a check-in with the Punisher to get him back to the version of the character that we're going to understand when we see him in Spider-Man.
Mhm.
Did they do a good enough job?
Absolutely.
Yes. I think this is a portrait in Frank's head that is maybe not even exactly true to the MCU, but it doesn't matter because I feel fully bought into how Frank sees the world.
this will not happen in the new Spider-Man movie, but I want the exact type of Punisher that we got in this.
Yes.
Go fuck yourself. That's not
Because
happening.
I
You
want
know
that Punisher
that's
to
not
just
happening.
exacerbate all of our superheroes.
Yes,
gonna
that
happen.
is a version of this character. I'm like, can you imagine Tom Holland being like, damn, not the pen.
It's that Steve Rogers thing. It's like, this fucking guy
Stop killing people, Frank.
Chill out.
Two things. One, like, I mean, this is like what I thought this was an excellent idea to your point of like the special presentations being like one shots in the Marvel universe where you just check in on a character and you go through like just like one story or just like a little run of what they're up to, like check-in. You don't have to.
Doesn't
There's no
have
expectations
to
for
be
the whole thing.
consequential.
Yeah.
There's no end of the world stakes. Just like keep it inside of this character's world. That's it.
I felt they did that perfectly here.
I mean, I think what like Bernthal especially probably realized is if I'm going to get all this money and he realized to me, let's spend all the money on the shit that we care about with the Punisher, which is like great action scenes. Like to me, this looked the best of any action scene that they've done in a while, to your point, because you could tell like, hey, we are going to orient the movie around these set pieces, and these set pieces are going to reveal to you what frame of mind this character is in, and we're not going to do too much about it. I think this is where they need to go with Blade. I wish they would have done this with Moon Knight. I think it's like, hey, instead of doing like 6 to 8 episodes where the fight scenes are kind of on CW level, give me something that's 45 minutes, an hour where I'm like, fuck. Like, you guys did a great job. You nailed the character.
If they're introing a character, they might need a tad more story. I think this movie is because even like, I wonder though, Werewolf by Night, I wonder if was it the same?
I literally checked the runtime. It was like 55 minutes.
Okay, so it's just not that long.
But still, this is their strategy where they're actually giving a lot of these creators the budget to be like, we want something in the hour space.
It should be.
It should be.
And it seems like it's working better because that constraint, you could probably tell a filmmaker make something in an hour that's super dope. Asking a showrunner to make something for 8 hours super dope on a not similar budget is just more difficult. You have more.
Yeah.
We should also say that Bernthal wrote this.
Yeah.
And he has an intimate understanding of not just this character, but how he wants to portray him.
Right.
Yeah.
And so the authenticity, dramatic authenticity throughout the actual special presentation was always on 100 because it's coming out of his mind, and he kind of is Frank.
And it's a relatively simple execution of this story, but not without like some really good artistic flourishes as to looking into what is going on in Frank's mind and his psychology.
I can't believe we didn't talk about this. It's crazy how he was hooking up with Karen.
Dude, okay.
In his mind.
I've been wanting to bring this up for 20 minutes. I have thoughts, right? So Deborah Wall shows up as obviously fake Karen Page, right?
Yeah.
The big crazy thing is this Daredevil ended last week, right? And last week it was Matt and Karen being on Lovely, going to the restaurant, him being dragged away, all emotional. Now it's a week later, and Punisher is macking. She's not real, but he's macking on Daredevil's girl. That's crazy. 1. And 2, I don't know if you guys remember.
Okay,
with the
not Matt. Okay, sorry.
They wouldn't.
I'll let you finish.
Yeah, but you have no fucking credibility here.
I'm waiting.
Okay. If you guys remember Jomi making cookies for his
this is true.
Like, you have no, because
Hold
that
on,
was
I've got
all
my
in his
hashtag
head.
now
You
today.
did it in a real way.
Nothing happened.
But you made cookies. You tell the audience what happened again, just real quick.
Real quick. Freshman year of college, I wanted to make cookies, but I didn't know how our oven worked, but they had an oven at the other dorm. And so I asked my roommate's ex-girlfriend if I could make cookies at her spot. And then I made cookies, and then we watched Gone Girl in her bed. That's fine. But that's all that happened. It was crazy. Nothing happened.
Continue.
Anywho, the reason why
Look at yeah. It's wild. Yeah. Right? Insane. Insane work.
all the way
David
over.
Dennis.
Insane work.
David
all the
Dennis.
way over here.
Noted journalist. Brilliant guy. David Dennis is
You
over
got
there
thoughts?
looking
Come here.
like,
You got
David,
thoughts?
come and jump
Come
on the
here.
mic. They're
Give your thoughts.
Yeah,
All
let David.
All
Well,
I'm gonna say is that
Come on.
it was
Come on.
all above board. The problem is I can't remember exactly Like how I got the permission.
I bet you
it
could.
Was
I
all
bet you
good.
can't.
David, I promise you, it was all good.
I like how I'm brought in to like judge the two-timiness of
Adjudicate the dirty macking.
This is extreme dirty macking.
This is why I haven't told the story.
I think the cookies is wild. Like you got to crave. Like you can get cookies anywhere. I don't know why you need to bake cookies.
Well, Brown said Jomi Flat. I'll be in the kitchen.
No, you got to. Cookies are readily available as a freshman. Like there's nothing more available in the world than cookies for a freshman. I don't know why you need it. Like it's not like artisanal bread. It's cookies. You got it. You can get them anywhere.
Right.
Also, the addition of Gone Girl.
Yeah.
As the movie of choice.
Thank you very much.
Savage.
She was already watching it. I just showed up there.
No.
And can we talk about the locale of where you're watching it?
Yes, in the bed.
In the bed.
In the bed.
They didn't have TVs over there. They only had to. David, why you? I thought we was friends. Why you doing it like this?
I'm just saying.
You only got the facts.
I was silent over there.
The journalist understands nothing but facts. All right.
Watching
the
it happen.
facts.
So, David, what do you think is worse? Punisher having a hallucination about Daredevil's girl, or Jomi having a real cookie with his homeboy's ex? Like, what's worse?
I would say yours markedly worse because the hallucination probably came before the idea of let me go make cookies at her place. Like, there was probably
right? Yeah.
No. The first thing was
both.
make cookies, and then it was like, man, this little oven thing. I don't really know how it works. Y'all got an oven over there?
So can I ask another question?
Please.
What about an oven? Was not like what's
So I learned this later, but it was like a microwave. It was a microwave oven hybrid, right? So you could like warm stuff in there.
That's some real freshman dorm shit.
This guy.
Or you can use it as an oven. I was like
I got these
legitimately
special
mystified.
cookies I can only make in your oven.
Well, because I know how an oven works.
Yeah,
I know how a regular oven works. I don't know how like a
by the
microwave.
way, you guys, Jomi's sweating.
I got the jacket on. It's hot. You know what I'm saying? All
Jomi's
these lights,
sweating
you feel me?
because you know it's
pressure-
wrong. It's wrong.
No, the reason I hadn't told the story in like 10, 12 years because I knew this would be the reaction. I knew this.
It's almost
what
like you knew
people
what
would
you
think.
did was crazy.
I knew what people think, but no, man. Look, it was all above board. David, you gotta look. You gotta promise. Nothing happened. I promise.
Nothing really had to have happened. That's enough.
It's already happened.
Yeah, enough happened.
That's as far as it went.
All right, we have to get to the Midnight Meter. Thank you. To
Okay.
David
Yes. Thank you.
Davis
Oh, by
for
the way,
that.
Punisher, Disney Plus, which you can stream with Hulu, ESPN Plus, all these things available. Bundle. The bundles are fantastic options. You want to refer somebody to those things, make sure that you get those. WWE
man.
streaming also on ESPN Plus. Anywhere you want to see it, you can tap in and watch those things. Oos, whatever you want. There you go. There you go.
Amazing.
Just making sure.
Gotta make the plug. I appreciate it.
David Diaz, ladies and gentlemen, right there. One of the smartest guys in the media right there. David Diaz.
I didn't realize it until I was watching it, but I was like, it was crazy that we just did a light skin
A light skin.
Only got a quota for one. Only got a quota for one.
I could have stood up.
All right, Chuck.
All right,
Meter.
Midnight Meter, y'all know what it is. 1 being the worst, 11, 12 reserved for true game changers. Let's start with you, Van.
This is a 9.
9, okay.
This is a 9. Can't give it a 10. It probably wasn't ambitious enough to be a 10. Certainly not an 11 or a 12. Maybe we'll revise in mulligans depending on how Punisher shows up in Spider-Man. But this was fucking fantastic.
Mhm.
Fucking fantastic. It's a solid 9 to me.
Do really quick, because we didn't talk about it. He ended up letting Manucci go
Yeah.
at the end of this.
Because I mean, I think that's a part of growth, right?
That was a part of the growth. But was any part of this, they just didn't have enough money for him to go after Manucci, or is there more to this story?
I mean, he could have just gone pop.
I think there's more to the story.
Okay.
I had actually considered that because Manucci was a fucking prop. But there's probably more to the story.
like a sequel to this.
Sequel to this, maybe a Punisher season that's gonna be on Disney Plus about them going back and forth. Maybe who knows what's going on, but I think there's probably more to it.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it an 8.
Okay.
I thought it hit all the right notes that it needed to do. Again, at the beginning, I was a little worried about like the tone and what this is gonna be, but man, once he gets back from the graveyard, man, it all kicks off, and I think this is really, really good.
I think it has to be a 9 for me as well. I really just can't stress enough that I think that this is exactly what Marvel needs to be doing with like characters on the outskirts of the MCU to really establish just how cool and how much we love these characters. I thought it was great.
Chuck?
I'm giving this a 7, and it is brought down to me by the first 20 minutes, and everything that comes after the first 20 minutes, fucking bonkers, fucking nuts. If every Marvel movie, TV show, special presentation could at least have a set piece or something like this that is done to such an extent, it'll always be a 7.
Come on, Chuck.
It'll always be a 7.
Give it the 8, Chuck. I know you want to. Come on, Chuck.
Because I didn't
Well,
talk
give
about
it
it.
the
Check it from
No,
Mulligan.
'cause
Check
I
it
was
from
like,
Mulligan.
the reason I thought that they gave us the wrong one when I clicked it up, because we were watching when he falls down when he's on the roof and
Off
he
the
falls
scaffolding?
off the scaffolding,
yeah.
whatever.
Right.
There was a moment where I was like, this is some PS2 graphics.
Oh,
yeah.
That was-
You
I
saw
remember
you saw
that
the
was-
stuntman
that was
wear the
actually
green
bad.
That was,
mask.
I
That
didn't
was
use
bad.
PS2,
You
but
know
that was
what?
like GameCube, bro.
Like that was bad.
It's tough.
That was bad. I wonder sometimes, just like get into the stunt right there, do the cutaway, shoot it from
Yeah,
Yeah,
But
different.
like,
They got the wrong
If
angle.
you
It was
guys are
just-
listening, anything is better than how that actually ended up rendered. You know,
Yeah.
maybe because we'll see how it looks on actual Disney Plus, but like anything is better than that. But like shoot that in a 1987 way if you have to. But that shit
Right.
was crazy.
That was tough.
That was bad. Okay.
That's why I was like, damn.
Alrighty then. Mortal Kombat 2. Spoiler warning. Steve. We're getting ready to talk about. You're listening to a reaction podcast. The spoilers are coming. Chuck, Midnight Manifest.
Oh, I have one for this.
Okay, cool. No Midnight Manifest for Mortal Kombat 2.
I don't even know if you need a Midnight Manifest.
Have you ever
for the
played a game
plot.
of Mortal Kombat?
Johnny Cage is into some high stakes rigmarole in Earthrealm.
Yeah, it's a sequel. We'll say it's a sequel to, I think it's 2021's Mortal Kombat. It's 2021. Johnny Cage is brought into Earthrealm to fight against the Outlanders. He is the latest addition to this ongoing battle, Mortal Kombat. Shao Kahn trying to take over everything. Okay, that's it, and then they fight. That's the movie. Okay, now we should say something real quick. As we were recording this, the weekend box office is in. Mortal Kombat debuts as an R-rated movie, $40 million. Okay, I think it's like 70 or 80 million worldwide, something like that. This movie was a success. I would say that this movie starts really fucking whack.
Rough.
How so?
Rough.
The first 15 minutes,
is terrible.
because it's the story of Katana as a little
Basically
girl.
avenging her father.
It's every trope that you've seen. It's some fucking Thanos, Gamora type shit. The guy comes to kill everyone. This Mike saying keeps fucking up. And like whatever. The first fight is bad.
Yeah.
But then I gotta tell you guys something. 15 to 20 in, something happens. Well, two things happen. Number one, Kano adds a lot to this movie.
Kano is a lot of the sauce here.
Kano adds a lot to this movie.
Yeah.
And when Kano's character kind of comes into the film, the ridiculousness of the movie sort of crystallizes, and he gives you, through his character, almost permission to have fun with this. And then after that, it's kind of a lot of fun, guys. I'm not saying that it's great, but after that, it's kind of a lot of fun. That's all I'm saying.
I occasionally feel like an asshole thinking that I didn't have that much fun with it because I wanted the film to have more fun with itself in those first 20 minutes and more so when Kano's on screen because of the fact that like Mortal Kombat is supposed to be really fun and goofy and silly while also having like a level of self-seriousness that video game lore can carry. Like the first movie was bogged down a lot by like a nothing main character to kind of buttress this Scorpion and Sub-Zero plotline that was actually really, really compelling and cool. And I think this
They learned that lesson. This nigga is in 4 minutes of the fucking movie.
Real
I've never seen
shame.
anything like that before in my life.
Oh,
They
nailed that
learned that lesson.
you gotta
They were like, oh, you guys didn't like him? Bye-bye. He's in this bitch for like 4 or 5 minutes, maybe.
If you're the producer, you're like, hey, Lewis, come to my office. Hey, man, so we making Mortal Kombat 2, man. You was a big part of the first one. We didn't really like your character, so we will have to kill you.
Yeah.
You will get paid $750,000, and we will a month of work. You do in? He was in. He got him. Shao Kahn got him out of there quick.
But does Mortal Kombat 2 have a protagonist problem then? Where it's like Johnny Cage is he's kind of the protagonist.
I would argue that he because at first you're absolutely right. When he's like doing the movie shtick and on Earth, I'm like, hey man, where's my Johnny Cage at? Right? But once he has that fight with Baraka, I was like,
that comes
I
like
can see
literally 70%.
Yeah, that's at like
it's
hour 1.5.
it's a ways, but once he gets out of, or I mean, it's still on Earth realm, but once he gets into like the Mortal Kombat action of it all, after he fights Katana, and then it crystallizes in that moment, I'm like, I can see why they cast Carl over as Johnny Cage, because for the first hour or so, I'm like, man, see if Glenn Powell wasn't so crazy right now, bro, if it wasn't so hot. This is like the Glenn Powell. It would be like a different kind of role. It wouldn't be like washed up. It would be like a young star who's trying to get his stuff off.
Franchise can afford Glenn Powell.
Now now.
I think the budget of the film is maybe like $50 million.
Is Glenn Powell's fee?
But I'm saying if Glenn Powell wasn't the man right now, if it took a different route, then you could see like where I'm coming from.
You can't.
Look, I thought Carl Urban, man, grew into Johnny Cage. And like you said, when Baraka, Johnny, and Kano are on screen, you're like, for me, it's easy because I'm a Mortal Kombat fan. I love this stuff. And so I'm in the world, man. When they said Tarkatans, I was like, oh, yeah, we gonna see Baraka.
I understand why you guys know, Jomi and y'all gotta be professionals in the movie theater.
Yo,
okay,
this is
boys,
crazy. Me?
Can I talk about it? Okay, because I have a the people from Warner Brothers were about to kick us out of the screen. like Steve and Jomi, the Men Boys was back there. You obviously punk kids in movies from the 80s where people are trying to watch a movie as put two punk kids back there. Fuck you! And they're throwing like fucking mothballs.
We're not doing that.
And they're like whoppers. They're throwing whoppers at people. They're spilling popcorn on people. And the guy turns around and says,
crazy.
hey, you kids, leave us alone. I'm with my family. That was Jomi and Steve like in the movie.
Because I'm in the theater. And again, they say Darkans. I'm like, we finna see Baraka, man. Let's go.
I'm giving him shit because
Steve is
Darkans
hating.
are whack. Baraka's whack.
This is crazy.
Baraka was fun.
No, Baraka's fun, but in the game, I just think that he's whack because he's the jobber of all jobbers. Like everybody beats Baraka.
See, I wasn't playing DC versus Mortal Kombat. That's how I know he wasn't locked in.
And this is how you know it was having fun with itself.
This is
because
why y'all
this
never beat the
conversation is
plucky
tough.
allegations.
This conversation is tough. This is a tough conversation.
It's fine.
This is filled with pluck.
Okay, they hit.
This is like filled
Also,
with pluck.
this has to stop. Once you 30, no more plucky shit.
No more plucky shit.
30, plucky shit is dead.
Get rid of the pluck. No more plucky shit. If there's only one person that's on this podcast that can be remarkably immature for their age,
right?
And that is me, baby. Okay, 46-year-old man child. Now, this movie's budget is actually $80 million. I don't know where the fuck I got 40, but it's pretty much gotten close to making its box office back if you account for the worldwide.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the deal, though. Obviously, we've talked about the fact that the worldwide recoups and grosses are calculated a little differently than the domestic. You want to make your money back domestically. Right. I think this movie will. This movie is a litmus test of the fact that the box office is on fucking fire right now. Mm-hmm. Between Michael, Devil Wears Prada, Project Hail Mary, like they're just people are going out to the movies again. Yeah. Like they went out to the movies. This did not beat Devil Wears Prada in its first week. A lot of people thought that it might. Devil Wears Prada came back, wrapped the fucking Gucci scarf around Mortal Kombat.
It's making like $400 million. It's
making $400 million. Movies are back. This film was the type of movie that when people went to the movies all the time to see, that you could justify spending a couple of dumb hours seeing a movie that's not going to change the world, but that you could have some fun with.
For sure. But do you think part of its popularity was that the first one was during the pandemic, came out on HBO Max, where almost, I know so many people, when I told them that I was going to see that movie, they're like, oh, there's a new Mortal Kombat? I remember watching that during the pandemic.
It did really well on streaming.
Exactly. And it's just like, hey, now it's almost like there's a second one. You know these characters. I thought the film was quite bad, to be honest, but I thought it was fun.
Yeah, sure.
Which is just like,
you can't be too mad at it.
You can't be too. Once it got swinging, I was just like, okay, this is cool. They did my man Liu Kang dirty.
Well,
but
so that fight scene in particular was good.
With Kung Lao.
That fight was good.
Phenomenal
Liu Kang
fight
and Kung
scene.
Lao fight was great.
Was a
great fight.
You start to get the first couple fight scenes in the movie bad. You start to get to the fight scenes toward the middle and end of the film, and they are actually pretty amazing.
They're kind of cooking with
that one was particularly exceptional.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Why did they
beautiful
Why did they
stage.
take him off the board though? That's what I didn't understand by the end of the movie.
So I think the math behind that is in a couple of the games, especially like recently, like they kill all these people and they come back as revenants, right? They come back as undead versions of themselves, fighting for Shinnok or Shang Tsung or Evil, whatever. And then in the latest version, if you're talking about Kung Lao or Liu Kang, in terms of both of them, because the writer, one of the screenwriters of the movie actually set this for Mortal Kombat 3. And so, spoilers for the next Mortal Kombat. Fingers crossed they make a new one. In Mortal Kombat 1, the second reboot, they reboot the world. Like literally, Liu Kang is a god, essentially. And he remakes the world, and like not in his image particularly, but like in a way that the good guys can still fight against evil and hopefully win and save
Like what they
Earth
did in
realm.
Mortal Kombat 9 in the games.
Exactly, right? Where like they send like Raiden's memories back to him in the past, and so he can hopefully help save the world. Like, so he's probably gonna go back, try to save Liu Kang or Kung Lao from the Revenants, whatever, and then ascend to being God Liu Kang, Fire God Liu Kang.
Interesting.
So, yeah.
It's like, look at that. That's one of your first explainer sessions
In years.
in
Top
a long
tier
time.
explainer
Damn.
sessions.
So
Show me
maybe
the
I told you I was
Jomi
locked
the
in.
explainer is back. Like that's one of your
I
first
told
ones
you I was
in a long
locked into the
time.
Mortal Kombat stuff.
So if the movie goes it open to 40, 38, but if the movie like sticks around at 15 or 20, it's probably in a good position to kind of make
But it's gonna have some
Yeah.
competition because we got Mando and Grogu
Mando.
coming out.
Mando and Grogu
Yeah.
Coming out
coming out.
Disclosure Day very, very
Mando
soon.
and
And hey-
Grogu is coming out in 2 weeks.
Yeah, 22nd.
22nd.
Dark
So
Horse Sheep Detectives. That's getting gas too.
Sheep
People
detectives.
like the
went
Sheep
fucking
I saw
crazy.
Sheep Detectives this weekend.
Did you like it?
They got me crying over these sheep in the clouds,
Everybody's
man.
saying they'd be crying. The sheep make you cry.
It's actually a very poignant and emotional movie about like death and memories.
More sheep
Ah,
and more
no, fuck
detective.
that.
I can't fuck with it.
Nah,
No,
fuck
it's
that
great. It's amazing.
Hey, I'm
It's a
not-
murder mystery where the sheep
Nigga,
find out who killed Hugh Jackman.
nigga, I'm crying over everything at this point. I'm not
can't
going
cry
Oh,
about
you're gonna
sheep,
you're gonna lose
motherfucking
your
sheep.
you're gonna lose your mind to
gonna-
Sheep Detectives.
I'm not gonna fucking do it because I don't want to fucking do that. Like so I don't want to do that. I'm embarrass myself. Like whatever. Men can cry. Look, Mortal Kombat. Basically, we're not gonna spend a shit ton of time on this.
Sure, I don't know if there's a lot to say about it. It was a good time at the movies. There's not a lot
It's
that
a
goes
good time at the movies.
Right.
I think you
And
could,
hey, don't stay for the post credits because there are none.
Okay,
all right,
so I
Jomi
got-
stayed
Jomi
the
tried
entire
to stay.
goddamn time.
I got notes. How you gonna make a Mortal Kombat movie and there's no Sub-Zero? That's all I'm saying.
Well, they turned him into smoke,
no,
which
no,
is weird, but
Smoke,
like
this
He
guy,
was
man.
Sub-Zero.
or no, not sorry, not smoke. I
Noob
apologize. Not
Saibot,
smoke. Not
that's
smoke.
behind.
Noob Saibot.
That's the old Sub-Zero
Yeah.
who dies and he comes back from the Netherrealm as Noob Saibot.
Yeah.
Right? But they're the what do they call it? The whatever his clan is. There's a new sub. Like there's always gonna be a Sub-Zero.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, there's no sub in this movie. Cool. They gonna
better be on the next
post,
one.
They gonna put him in the post credits or something, right? Nah, I look crazy because I want a Sub-Zero in my Mortal Kombat movie.
I think Noob Saibot was cool.
Of course.
I thought that was Sub-Zero. That part
Same.
was cool too.
I mean,
when they were
technically
fighting
he is
down there in the
Sub-Zero.
in the underworld.
In the Netherrealm.
Netherworld. All of that stuff is cool.
Yeah.
All that stuff is cool.
It was like cool stuff to
Nah,
watch.
the best scene was fucking Johnny Cage going back to Baraka
And then
get
spam
his shit
do the
off.
spam
Tell the
move.
story.
telling the story. That was hilarious.
That
With
was
the kids.
so funny.
But
She's
Katana,
lying.
the Katana and Jade stuff was tough.
Hey, look, they was friends.
We
and
could have
then-
had a couple better fatalities. Just a couple.
I honestly thought that Jade actually being like a woke sister was really interesting to me.
Interesting.
How so?
What?
Like
How
Jade
so?
being the lady that you see at the Roots picnic.
Stop.
was like,
Jade in the story.
Like,
she
like,
is.
what?
Stop. Will
What?
you stop it with that?
well, like
you don't have to do this.
they the only thing they didn't give her was the septum piercing. Like shout out to
Why are you every single time you see a bald sister, you go there? What do you? What do
liked
you have
it.
against bald headed sisters?
nothing? Like nothing.
Clearly
at
an
all?
agenda.
That's
Clearly
that
an
sound,
there's
agenda.
no
it sounded a
agenda.
little.
I said that I like the fact that there was representation and they had that with Jade. They didn't have, like my mama used to say, some stringy haired bitch. My mama used to say,
Whoa. Okay.
I didn't say it. My mama used to say that. They had a sister with a baldy doing their thing. And I like the Roots picnic representation.
You don't have to say
Oh.
Roots picnic every time.
Have y'all ever been to the Roots picnic before? Have
I
y'all
have-
ever been
I
to a
have
party?
not.
Hey, let me ask you a question.
I've not.
Have y'all ever been to a party called Everyday People? David's been, which is why he laughed like that. Okay, so David's been, which is why he laughed like that. Everyday People is legitimately the best fucking party you could go to.
Yeah.
It hasn't been in LA.
Better than hot water cornbread?
Oh man, that's a tough one. See, it's two different
It's a little
types of
different,
blackness.
yeah.
Better
it's
than
different.
better.
It's two
different.
different types of blackness.
It's different.
I love hot water cornbread, but Everyday People is fucking amazing.
Okay.
And you see the sisters, the septum
With the septum
piercings,
piercing.
and the baldies at Everyday People.
Yeah.
I feel like baldies
That's
is
facts,
it's like
bro.
a bit of a slur.
I've
but okay.
come around. I've come around.
Because you know what I'm talking
come
about.
around. I know what
Shout
you're
out
talking about.
The sisters who said, fuck what they're telling me I have to look like. I am fucking beautiful and gorgeous. And guess what? They are right.
Mhm.
And I'm telling you that I can't wait for Everyday People to come back because I want to go to that bitch.
Yeah.
So shout out to Everyday People.
Shout out to
and
Jade.
Shout out to Jade for representing for the Everyday People sisters.
Jesus
Now,
Christ.
David knew exactly what I was talking about. All right, midnight. Should we do
Yeah, we
A
got
midnight meter?
a midnight
Oh,
meter?
oh God.
Okay.
Listen,
This is
look,
tough.
y'all-
Watched it.
no.
Yeah.
See, here's the thing. I think if you don't like aren't into Mortal Kombat, you can still come away with some fun. I think
Sure.
you guys all had a lot
I'm
of
gonna
fun in
give
the
this
theater.
a very, very harsh review, but we need some type of caveat system where I thought something was genuinely like dog shit, but you should go. like, see
But
it.
I'm not mad at it.
Yeah, like hey, if you were like, it's hot outside, I want to buy a ticket.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat 2 would be
You
very
know what
fun.
it is.
You gonna go and have a fun time.
But my
it's
critical
not
hat,
good.
I can't
Midnight
give this
addendum.
anything
Yeah, no,
above a
you can't
3.
give this a thumbs up.
Okay, you can't give anything above a 3.
a 3, but you'll have fun if you watch it.
How about this? A very fun 3.
A very fun 3.
You
Great.
guys know I'm a little bit more positive. I'm gonna give this a very fun 6.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
As somebody who loves Mortal Kombat, if you love Mortal Kombat, you're gonna love the movie. That's
Sure.
like, it doesn't really matter. But I think I gotta go there. The most fun 6 I've had in a minute.
It can't be Eddie. What did Kalika say after the first 15 minutes?
Kalika wasn't fucking with it.
I would imagine she wouldn't be. I'd imagine she wouldn't be.
We sitting there, Kalika, like, this is kind of whack. We sitting there like we watching this. She was
Nah,
like,
the first
she
15
looked
minutes
around.
was
She looked,
so
it
rough.
was
Really,
looked
really
around.
bad.
She was like, she goes, "That's kind of whack, man." She was like, "What the fuck are we doing?"
Here's the thing, though. Do you think she's gonna have that same attitude when He-Man comes out?
Man, don't stop bringing He-Man into this, dog. He-Man.
I'm very nervous about He-Man.
I think there's
I
no
hope
way
there's-
He-Man is better than this movie.
I think He-Man will be better than this movie.
I don't.
I'll put
I
money
don't.
down. He-Man
Will
will be
He-Man be
more
better?
fun than Mortal
Will
Kombat
He-Man
2.
be better than? Oh man,
He-Man
No.
will be more fun than this.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I don't think
I
so.
think
I
so.
think
I
Mortal
don't
Kombat this was a fun movie. It was.
Here's the thing, though.
Not a good one.
X Factor. Jared Leto has like this is gonna be a litmus test of him poisoning a movie that you can actually not tell that he's in.
You just brought it up. People didn't even know. You trying to hate on the movie.
I mean,
He-Man
it's
Masters
gonna
of the
be
Universe.
known.
He-Man Masters of the Universe for He-Man. I'm going
It's
to
a
see
very
that shit.
fun 4,
By the way,
for me.
the June deadline of me coming to do the He-Man thing shirtless, that's off.
Oh, what happened?
No.
What happened?
Why?
Why?
You made a
Was the
promise to the
regiment
people.
not working?
I'm losing weight,
Okay.
but at the same time, I'm not coming here with my shirt off. But I will do, and I will promise on Dad that the end of the year, Midnight Mulligans, I just need more time, bro. I'm older than I thought. I'm older. I need more
Okay.
time.
What if we get you in like
The
some really
end-
like
the end of the
compression
year,
Under Armour?
Midnight Mulligans, I will do it shirtless. I'll
The
hold
whole
myself to-
episode?
The whole
I don't
episode.
think I have to do the whole
I don't.
episode.
I,
It's a
I
long
don't think we
episode.
can.
Yeah, the
All right.
end of the year, Midnight Mulligans.
What if
I'll do it
what if
shirtless.
you like were shirtless? But we put the He-Man chest.
What if
plate
you cut a
on
promo? What you can cut a promo for?
All of this stuff is a thing, guys. Okay, listen, I'm just saying, I'm not gonna be quite ready, because I asked actually my trainer at Equinox, James.
Okay.
We did the embody thing, and I was like, I need to be to a certain number that I think can be
Sure.
displayed on TV by June. James pulls me to the side, and James goes, Van, when you're setting your goals, I want you to consider your age, because we're doing that. I was like, God
Oh,
damn!
no.
Shout out to James over at Equinox.
How old is James?
James looks considerably better than me, and he's a little older.
Okay.
James one of them ones though.
Okay.
Like, guys, one of those guys like, hey man, you like get your fucking what do you call the micronutritions and all that stuff.
Get your
James,
micros right.
James one of them ones. Okay, what did you give the movie?
Oh, a very fun 4.
Very fun 4. 4, 6, 6, 3.
Yeah.
Very fun 3.
Fun
You guys,
three, yeah.
you could do worse than to go see Mortal
For sure,
Kombat.
absolutely.
Okay, we are fucking out of here. This is the reality. Wednesday, the Midnight Boys return with their thoughts on the penultimate episode of The Boys' final season. On Friday, the House of R revisits The Dark Knight. Our producers today are Aleya, Zenieris, Devon, Baroldi, Jomi, Adeniran on socials. Hashtag Jomi, Dirty Mac and Adeniran. I like that. Hashtag Dirty Mac and Adeniran. An additional production from Arjuna Ramgopowell. Also, thank you for a cameo from ESPN's David Dennis. He will be covering the game tonight. And then you're going to write something? There'll be stuff written. And when is the radio show in the morning?
10 to 12.
10 to 12 Eastern. David Dennis, one of the smartest guys right now, writing and talking, not just about sports, but about media, about culture, about all kinds of different things. Love reading this guy. He stopped in while he's out here in LA. We're happy to have him. All right, Chuck, take us out.
Mortal Kombat is fun. Punisher wants to kill the world. And if there's cookies around, you better hide your girls.